Welcome from the settlement of Okura, the town of Minami Irimashiro. For the most part of today's hike, I'm going to be following the borders that separate three prefectures in this area. At present I am standing in Kyoto Prefecture, but on the other side of this road is Mie Prefecture. A little bit further up along this track I will join the border that separates these two prefectures, and I will climb up the hill see in front of me here, eventually find my way to the top up here. At that point I will reach a junction where the prefectures of Shiga, Kyoto and Mie meet. And I will then take another track along the border between Shiga and Mie along those hills. Well, time to say farewell to the rice fields of Okura. All going well, I won't see these until I emerge from the hill into the village of Shimagahara. That's all going well. This is the third time I've used this track. The second time to ascend it, by memory it's quite steep, so I'll have to take care, but with some good views. As you can see, a little bit of bush bashing is required. Oh, now that was a bit hairy. She's got a bit overgrown since the last time I came through. Okay. Somewhere along here I have to ascend up that hill. Oh, after making my way through some dense bush, I'm there on the border. The border is divided by these concrete poles. You can see the hill, and all I have to do is follow these as they make their way up here. As you can see, there's also some tags on the tree, so it's quite well marked. I've reached a clearing and I'll give you an idea where I am. In the distance, I'll just zoom in, is the area surrounding the Tsuki railway station. As you can see it on that viaduct. It's where I arrived today. I've walked along through that rice field and around into the bush. Nice and cool in here. Oh, she's hot. Okay, first landmark. This is a rock. Yes, it's a certain rock. There's another one a bit further up, which I'll explain to you when I get there. I estimate I'm about 2/3 the way up. Well, I've hit my second landmark, and I'll make a little detour off my track. This magnificent big rock. This is Rugi Iwa. I hope I pronounced that right. Iwa meaning rock. The rock's significant because it resembles a guy with the name of Temangu, who's a mythological creature that the Japanese seem to worship. certainly hate to be here if there was an earthquake and it started rolling down the hill. Well, I'm not far from the top of this climb. Looking forward to having a break. Well, that's the end of that hill climb. About an hour and a half, a bit longer than I took the last time. But I've reached the Makuni Golrindo, or the Makuni Forest Road. As it descends into the town of Shimagahara. In the coming hours, all going well, I will reconnect with this road. But up here, as I cross back over into Kyoto Prefecture from Mie, we take my next track, which goes up here. But a short detour first. Time for a break. A better place than this observation shelter. View from up here is breathtaking. Stay in the shade. Oh, look at that, eh? In front of me there, just bring that round. Settlement of Tsukikasaguchi, where I've just come. You can see the road through the rice field here to the start of the track. Over the back here, settlement of Shimagahara, where I will, all going well, end my journey. In the distance is the castle town of Iga Ueno. If you look hard enough, you'll be able to see the castle. Time for my first cup of coffee. Okay, so I've reached my little mountain with no name. Not so much of a mountain, it's hills. I'm only about 630 metres above sea level. This is the junction of 3 prefectures. Where I'm standing at present, I'm in Mie Prefecture. If I move over to this side here, I move into Kyoto Prefecture. And as I make my way around the back, I'm now in Shiga Prefecture. The last couple of hours I've walked along this border, separated Kyoto and Mie Prefecture. From here, I take this track that separates Mie and Shiga Prefecture. Still not getting any cooler. Something I wasn't going to include it on the video, but I will. Something about Japan. In this country, they pay a lot of importance to their infrastructure, in particular access roads, whether it be a motorway, bypass, interprefectural road, or a little mountain lane like this. Interesting, you can come across these anywhere. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I find this fascinating. So, where does this road go to? Well, it goes nowhere actually. But I'd say she'd be on a 10-year plan to either link up with another road or access to something. I don't know. Oh, I tell you, she's hot. Oh, I've reached another junction. This point here, if I take the track on the left, I go into the settlement of Shigaraki Chaotara. But I've been down that track, very nice walk. My track's taken me on through here. Been on the move for about 2.5 hours, so I'm looking for a place to have lunch. So the track I'm on now separates the prefectures of Mie on my right and Shiga on my left. This is all new territory for me, so I'm taking it very careful. But so far, I mean 100 metres in, it's quite a well-formed track. It's only when you get into a pace you find it difficult to stop. I've been going now for 2.5 hours. I've got to remind myself I haven't had anything to eat. So I'm going to look for a spot and have a bite. Well, I've reached a junction. The track splits into two. I think the one on the right looks more appealing to me. But I've taken the opportunity to stop for a bite to eat. It's been nearly 3 hours since I've been on the track. And on the menu today is a hot cup of cafe au lait, hot curry with chocolate breadsticks. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. For the past probably 15-20 minutes I've been making this rather steep descent. I wondered whether I'm off my sort of border hike. But I'm still following these tags, but I've come across this concrete marker in the ground, which makes me think maybe I'm still on the right track. Don't know, it sort of feels like I'm turning more to the west, towards Shimagahara. Now let's see where we go. Well, as it turned out, yes, I did detour off my border hike, and I've descended onto the road, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is the Maguni-go-Rindo forest road down into Shimagahara. Felt like I was coming this way. Oh well, I know of another track I can take. Let's move on. Well, I've come to the conclusion my planned route and I have parted company. I was following these pegs quite happily and suddenly it stopped. I can hear the sound of civilization down below, i.e. trucks, so I suspect that I'm not far from a road. But I'm just going to keep on descending. Okay, I'm not far. That 12 o'clock, sirens go off. Well, 11:30 and 12 o'clock. So I'm not far from somewhere. And I see a wee stream developing down there, so I'm going to walk it. Well, a bit of touring and froing along what looked like would-be tracks. Decided I would take the soft approach and come down here. And I've arrived on the Maguni-go-Rindo road, just on the outskirts of Shimagahara. Don't know how I missed that turn off. When I took a GPS reading, I was some distance away, so I need to check it out when I get home. Time for lunch. It's hard to believe on a hot day like this I'm drinking cafe au lait. Every square inch of my body is wet. Clothing, socks, shoes, just absolutely perspiring like me, puffing away too. What a shame I missed it. I mean, one time I must come up to the other end where it comes out onto the other road and follow it in, see if it does develop. Good hike, I mean, any hike's a good hike, so well, I'm gonna having a onigiri. Rice ball. Where's it? Okay. Well, as I've sort of left my planned route, I've decided to improvise. As I've descended that Maguni-go-Rindo road, I found this little lane that I'm going to just follow. If I'm not mistaken, I'm heading towards Shimagahara, so I don't think all is lost. Thought it wouldn't be long before I come across my first religious icon of the day. This 13-story concrete pagoda. At first look you'd think that this was a torii, entrance to a shrine, but it's a Buddhist symbol. It's a Buddhist icon. And that was one bloody big frog. Well, I've made my descent and I'm down in the settlement of Shimagahara. If I'd continued on the track, I would have made it away along those hills there. But not to worry, I'll be back. Thought I'd show you this little Juicy Sekiputsu here. On the railway crossing, this is the JR Kansai line between Kamiyama and Kamo. Just along there's Shimagahara station. Here, if I'd sort of followed my plans, I would have come down fairly well up the back there. I'm definitely going to have to come back. Once I upload my GPS information, I'll be able to find out where I broke off. Oh, I feel like another cup of coffee. Well, I don't feel like it. I'm not it. Well, greetings from Shimagahara Station, the end of another great hike. I didn't achieve what I set out. Disappointed. So curious to know what the rest of the trek looked like. But it's incentive to return. But any day in the outdoors is a good day for me, so I don't care. Oh, I tell you, it's hot. In about 10 minutes time my train will be arriving to take me back home. So I take a look up at those hills and wonder what is. Oh well, I'll be back, that's for sure. So, farewell from Shimagahara Station.